Okay, another very grinding attritional days come to an end.
No, it's not okay.
Right? He says, now you'll have to change that. I am almost right.
How are you right?
Lead of close to, yeah, you can still get a result. Still get it.
You are like that's what na gire lekin
you're a rash that doesn't go away.
Gire lekin tang upar, you are that.
I mean, look, see, at least in Akshar Patel showed that intent. He scored at over 5.2.
Whatever, you have to get 2 innings in for a result. 2 innings in.
Yep.
How will you get 2 innings? You have finished 4 days. 4 days, simple math. And you finished?
2 innings each. But the one.
In your amazing something is, that's what I'm saying. Something will happen overnight to the pitch. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you know something more than all of us. That's why you are saying that you are right.
Look, again, see.
You would have been right had the pitch started turning, wickets started falling, everything would have happened. I have seen how the pitch behaved on day 4, and it will always be an extension of that. Day 5 will have no demons.
Yes.
Only way you will get out, poor shots, something like that will happen. And lest you forget, this bit of session that Australia had was a tricky session. And if you thought that they were looking uncomfortable, I'd like you to go back to the time that Virat Kohli came out to bat for that 1 over or so.
Yeah.
He also looked uncomfortable, because such situation you really don't know what you need to do. When Australia come out to bat day 5, fresher, with the whole intention of having to bat 2.5 session, whatever their aim, they will bat differently.
Yes.
And you got to also realize that one of them was a night watchman that they sent.
Yeah.
Because Usman Khwaja is not fit, so instead of sending a regular batter, they sent a Kuhnemann. So all that in mind, they have not lost a wicket. I think this was a tricky part of play, simply because of not that the pitch was doing anything, but because of the situation as well.
Yeah.
They've negotiated the 6 overs, done and dusted. Tomorrow, fresh day, same kind of pitch. You can try whatever you want.
They could have been 3 for 1 rather than 3 for 0 had Shikhar Bharat not dropped a rather difficult catch.
Yeah, but had this, had that, so would have. I'm saying point where the game is. 3, I am telling you, 2 sessions, they will bat easily, whatever they do. By the time you reach the 3rd session, there will be nothing to play there. Either Australia will say, okay, we'll continue to bat, we can't win. Or they'll say, okay, let's declare we've got enough where you can.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would have got enough also, because they're still about 80 odd short, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And so, no matter what pace they bat on, for them to get let's say first session they get 80 odd at best, next session 100 for that, they won't take a chance of.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you,
it will be very difficult to force the pace against the Indian bowlers. I think you're looking at 60 runs per session for Australia to score, because see, the first session today, it was very difficult. And Australia, if they are looking to just survive, they are not going all out to either force a result or just to survive. They won't force the pace. So maybe 60 in the first session, then another 60 in the second session. That's about it. But how many wickets they don't lose, that is the key. Maybe just like India, they're also a batter short perhaps heading into this second innings. We don't know what the status of Usman Khwaja.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
So Kuhnemann, first time ever in his career, he's opened and batted higher than number 10 in his entire first class career.
I'm saying, look at Kuhnemann today. Just 3 weeks ago or so, he had his feet up sitting in Australia. In his wildest dream, had no idea that he would be going there playing in India. Within that 3 weeks, not only did he get a call up to come to India, he's come to India. He's opened the bowling with the new ball.
Yes.
He has opened the batting now. I mean, it's like the wildest dream come true.
And he's getting Virat Kohli out also.
Imagine how much, it's like life has turned upside down.
Indeed.
In the last 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, all these guys, Murphy and Kuhnemann, will never be the same again after this series, because
there's an interesting stat there that first time in his first class career, Kuhnemann is batted above number 10.
Exactly. But he showed good technique.
That's what I'm saying. A number 10 batsman is not looking like getting out. A number 10 batsman.
Yeah.
So, and
Well,
you
anything
think
anything can happen. That's what.
maybe if
Because you're not going to look at Australia scoring at 5 or 5.5 per over. Because if they do that, especially head, he risks losing this wicket very cheaply.
There was a question, will it be Ranchi 2017 or Chennai 2016? Ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you it is Ranchi 2017.
Yeah.
It is Ranchi 2017. Tomorrow we will come. Today, the Sunday would have been a waste, but it just became good. All down to our man Virat Kohli.
Yep.
Thanks to him, and he got that run, and then Akshar Patel. So there was some excitement in the test match. But apart from that, I don't see anything drastic. They'll lose 3-4 wickets at top.
Yep. Then you'll see Labuschagne and Smith have a blockathon. Either of those two.
Good chance.
Yeah.
Good chance. What is
Roy SP? Any updates on Iyer for ODIs? No, we don't have an update on that. After he was sent for scans, the BCCI medical team is monitoring him.
Why are you worried? Why are you worried about ODIs? We'll forget now bilateral series. The more important thing is after that.
Yep, on March 31. That is the cricket.
So, will he be back for that?
For KKR fans, hope so. Yeah.
Okay. What else is he saying?
Damn bored watching this match. Yep. Hopeful that New Zealand beat Sri Lanka and India somehow produce a win. Yeah, that first half makes sense. Yeah, maybe they can win it. It's very, very evenly poised. That test match, it's on a razor's edge. Anything can happen in that
But Sri Lanka favourites.
Yeah.
Because they've got runs on the board.
Yes.
And it's always, easier than when you've got runs and you've got a substantial amount for New Zealand to chase. Yes, they can do the unthinkable, but more often than not, they are in a better position.
Okay.
Sarvesh Gaurav has just sent you love.
Wow. First super chat from Sarvesh Gaurav. Thank you.
There was a comment right at the start. Sorry, I missed your name right at the start when he came. And he was calling us Virat Kohli hater. Either he lives under a rock.
Yes.
Or he's tuned into some wrong channel.
He's a frog.
No idea what the thing is, but
yep.
But I mean, that's what he said. I don't think he was seeing a broadcast today or any other day.
That one.
Yeah, but I think we should ignore because he's not even written his real name.
Exactly.
His name is also but he didn't come when we were doing the Virat.
Exactly.
By the way, Virat celebration 100. We also got thing that we do it for Virat and not for Rohit also. Remember?
Yep. Indeed.
Okay, now to the KS Bharat catch,
Carom ball that Ashwin bowled, Kunaman edged it, but it hit Bharat on the knee. He just couldn't bend low and grab it. But any other keeper would have taken it? Or is it because KS...
I mean, it was, keepers, you expect a keeper to take it. I know it's tough. But I'm saying it was the carom ball, deceive the batsman.
Yeah.
Good chance deceive the wicket keeper too. Standing up with a new ball to a spinner, not easy, as I said. It's a 50-50. I also expect a keeper to take it, but I also know it's a tough chance. Yeah. But there will be a drop here and there, right? There's no 100% success rate.
The scrutiny is a lot more on KS Bharat because see, he had dropped the catch of Travis Head in the first day. On the first day he had dropped. Then with the bat he had a kind of mini redemption.
Yeah.
That 21 that he scored in that opening over of Cameron Green in the second session gave India the impetus and stabilized innings after Jadeja's irresponsible shot.
Yeah.
But today, yet again, everybody's saying he's looking nervous. I think the pressure being created, he's not performing. There was a doubt whether Ishan Kishan would make his debut in this match. I think either that is playing on his mind because he's normally been a safe keeper. The previous 3 tests, but here he's dropped 2.
Yeah.
And one potentially that could have given India tremendous momentum heading into the final day. Now, it is still even Stevens, practically you look at it, it is still, India have eliminated the loss factor. They are not losing this. It's either an India win or a draw. I don't see Australia winning this now. Because they'll be too slow to score. They
Yeah.
can't force the pace.
Australia win is now the least chance.
Yeah.
I agree. Because for Australia victory, they have to go past that 80 and get 100 run lead, assuming. But they have time. They can't risk 100. They can't declare with 100.
Yeah.
They will need 150 odd or whatever. So they can't declare.
They can't.
At 100. If that happens, then I don't see a chance of that happening. Yeah, I mean, there you could say that the second option now is turned into a India victory, but still I think draw. We kept saying 60%, 70%, 80. I think it's
Now it is 85% draw, 15% an India win.
Yeah.
That's what I would look at it. The Australia win has now gone out of the window because of this 91 run lead, and also because the pitch is still not breaking up that much. We are hoping for Australia to be under pressure, throwing the wickets away.
Take Shubham Garg.
Shubham Garg is like saying, do you see Anushka's story? Apparently Virat was sick. He was continuously coughing. No, I didn't see Anushka Sharma's story. Virat was sick. He was continuously coughing. It was been heard on the stump mic. Any news what has happened to him?
No,
I have no idea.
don't know, but maybe he could be, down with a cough and cold or fever or something. I did see him coughing a few times. I did see that. But there have been instances of a lot of players, being unwell and then coming out and batting and getting a big total. I remember Rahul Dravid ahead of the Eden Garden Test match had fever. Came out, batted brilliantly. Yes, Shivam, you wanted to say something?
Okay, that is the story.
I wish I had such brilliant eyes that from that distance I could read what is written there. I don't know if you guys have better eyesight than me. Any of you?
Nope, I don't have.
One second.
My phone is charging. You can watch it on your own phone, Anushka's story. But I am not aware.
No, but kudos to him. See, it seemed like he was totally focused, determined to get 100 today. In fact, would have been 200. I don't know, what did you guys make of his approach towards the end for the 200? Firstly, the Umesh Yadav run out.
I think it is a big issue because see, when Ashwin played that shot, he was now caught in a catch-22 situation. Should I go for the big hit? Should I rotate strike? Should I rely on my partner at the other end? In the end, he did neither. And that 15 to 20 minutes in that slow passage of play probably cost India some runs and also time, valuable time. Instead of, say, supposing they had gone past 100, they would have had a further half an hour to bowl rather than just the 20 minutes that they had.
Yeah.
So it cost India time.
I don't know. Maybe can you cut to this full frame, Shivam, on our screens?
Yep.
Let me know when you cut to it.
Yes, it's on.
It has been. So this is, thank you for pointing out. Shubham, I think, pointed this out. So we are just showing everyone who's not seen this. This is Anushka Sharma's Instagram story right now,
which is 40 minutes back,
where she is saying that I'm playing through sickness. He's playing through sickness with his composure. He's always inspiring. So basically, I mean, of course, nobody would know it better than Anushka Sharma at the moment what his health status is. So if she's written that he's not well, he's sick, probably he may have had some sort of a viral. In fact, viral is in the air. I know a lot of people down with cough and cold and fever. So he may be feeling, and yes, you're right, I did see him coughing a few times while batting. So good on him, must be. But that actually says a lot about his fitness levels too.
Yes, I was about to say the same.
Because yesterday, a young Shubman Gill had cramps. A young Shubman Gill, 23 years of age, had cramps. It is hot. Then you had a situation where there was a Shreyas Iyer, chalo, back issue, whatever. Then you had someone like, today also, everyone getting tired. But here was Virat Kohli running twos when he was well in his 160s, 170s, having batted for so long. Running twos, had fever. all of that. So
He was running his own runs and that of Aksar and that of
Yeah.
Bharat and that of Ashwin.
yeah,
And
7 to 8 hours in
Yep.
this kind of heat, varying conditions.
that's just today.
That's even yesterday too. 59
Exactly.
valuable runs that he had.
Exactly.
Towards the end, he was hustling, and remember, not many boundaries, hardly about 10 to 15 boundaries. Out of a 186, the remainder of the runs were
Did he
scored.
even score 10 boundaries? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll have to just check that. Virat with 15 boundaries,
15 boundaries.
60 runs,
60 runs.
and 136 of them in singles, twos, and threes.
Yeah.
Madness. I mean, that is why it is tribute to Virat Kohli, the player, his adaptability, his fitness. Today he's ticked on all those boxes. There can be no further doubt on Virat Kohli anymore. Whatever
Regardless of the format you mean.
any format. One century that he gets now, what will he do with that? He will build on it. He will build on it, he will score more, and it couldn't have come at a much more opportune time because your WTC is 2.5 months away.
You know, unlike the ODIs wherein he got that first one, second, of course, I remember he didn't. I think the third ODI, then he got a century.
Yes.
The only thing with this century is, and like the fact that you mentioned about him building on whatever good form that he has, there isn't a test match now in the offing.
Yeah, that is the only
So maybe,
worry.
hopefully, had this happened a little earlier in the Test match series, where Virat Kohli has batted on 7 occasions now. There won't be an 8th occasion now for him, I believe.
Yeah, there won't be an 8th occasion
So, yeah.
because either the target will be too little. I mean, if you're chasing, suppose 50, you won't lose 3 to 4 wickets. That's not a GABA. Like you lose 5 wickets for 35. It's not like that. So, see, it is going to be very, very difficult.
50 was or 2 overs.
It'll be difficult. See, I'm still hopeful of a result. It's not that I've said, oh, a result will happen. You guys are deluded. I'm hopeful of a result because Australia have the tendency to shoot themselves in the foot even on flat, placid decks in India. But yeah, it is going to be very hard. 10 wickets in 2 sessions, it's going to be very, very hard. I do agree. But hope, it's always hope. That is why Sarvesh Gaurav is asking a question. Who will take it to accountability for such dead, boring pitches? Test cricket will die with such dead pitches. We need an answer. Well, accountability in a country like India, accountability, that's asking for too much. But yes, dead, boring pitches. But yet again, we were served with an extreme. You had an extreme turner, now you have gone to an extreme feather bed. Only 19 wickets have fallen across 4 days. And you're hoping for 29 by the end of the 5th day. You're hoping for that. It's not a guaranteed. But already if you look at it, in Indore, in Nagpur, in Delhi, we didn't even come this far.
Yeah.
Ahmedabad, the law of averages, look at what happened. Pink ball test hardly lasted 2 days. The 4th normal test against England lasted just 3 days.
I think the bigger question then is, and this is an extension of, let's say, what Rohit Sharma said the other day at the press conference. Would you rather have test matches produce a result inside 3 days, or in hope for a balanced track have a dead/boring wicket, as many have pointed out here? So if batters don't make their mistakes, if batters make the most of a wicket like this, which is helping them, then you're saying that these are boring decks, placid decks, tepid decks.
Supposing, okay. On the final day, Australia final session with just 1 hour to go, 150 for 9. Would you then call it a dead pitch? Or was it an exciting match?
So you're saying India will have to chase something around?
I'm just saying, assuming India don't even chase, they hold on for a draw somehow by the skin of their teeth. 140 for 9, 1 hour to go. Okay, you've run out of time. What will you do then? Can that then pitch be termed a very dead match, dead test pitch? Can it be termed in that way?
I'm pretty sure in that case it won't be. But
you have
then
to wait.
You are hoping for something to happen overnight to the pitch. Because again, we saw Ashwin generate some turn, but not enough to even trouble, let's say, a Kuhneman. Yes, Ashwin could say, listen, I managed to get an edge off him, and it was Shrikar Bharat who dropped the catch. But it's not like the two batsmen were phased or were at 6s and 7s all the time. So you're hoping then for the day 5 pitch from ball 1 to do something which it hasn't done over the last 4 days. Now let's try to recall if that's ever happened, if we've been taken by surprise by a pitch on day 5, do something which we didn't see coming.
It could happen. See, there was a question posed.
There has to be some sort of a geological miracle of sorts, I would say, or a disaster. Either way, whichever depends.
Making the earth move.
Huh?
Sherry Baji.
No matter what he's saying, that result will happen. No, as I said, it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, yeah.
Not impossible, but
Yeah. No, but then I just
it's as much as a chance of
Shami getting a 50.
playing with Virat till Virat gone.
Yeah. No, but then supposing...
But that didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. But then supposing, what if it is 180 for 9? You hung on for 1 hour. I mean, there's only 1 hour left in the test. Australia hang on for one of the most nervy draws. Even then the pitch will come for criticism.
Then it shouldn't.
Maybe. But Vinayak Yadu is saying one flat pitch in a series is also okay. You can look at it that way.
Why not?
Maybe.
Even though if it hurts your WTC prospects still. Because your bowlers have lost the art of doing the same things that you used to do 6 years ago.
By the way, one thing we haven't spoken about, spoke about bowlers. Whatever said and done, throughout this series we've been comparing Nathan Lyon, Ravichandran, Ashwin. This was the first time that both did well when they was turning pitches. But this was the time where you got a flat track, and Ash has come out well and clear of Nathan Lyon, no doubts about it. So credit where credit is due. So he's shown everyone that he has the art to, even on flatter tracks, he has enough weapons in his armory to find a way to dismiss the batsman. So kudos to Ash on that. The one argument that you can make is probably Indian batsmen are slightly better suited to play in these conditions because this is their, bread and butter. They've grown up on such conditions. So you expect them to bat better. In which case, it's a tougher task for a Nathan Lyon to dismiss an Indian player in these pitches than it is for an R. Ashwin to dismiss Aussie batters. And also the reality is that a few of the Aussie batters did play a lot of rash strokes. So there is that help also that he got. Whereas Indians that way applied themselves. I think barring Jadeja, you really can't question anybody. And then the tail enders, of course, you don't know, one was a run.
Umesh didn't even get a ball.
So on that front, of course, that argument will be there. But at the end of the day, you got to look at figures and Ashwin there, head and shoulders above Nathan Lyon.
Yep. On flat decks and on Indian decks, which are true blue, those retro 90s, 2000, 2010 wickets, Ashwin is the king.
But credit to Nathan Lyon as well. Of all the wickets that he's taken, half of them have been away from home. The other half were well and truly at home. So the fact that he's proven himself in tougher conditions and conditions which are not as homely to him, if I can say, as his native conditions are.
Yep.
Sarvesh Gaurav has a question. Please take it.
Why should not this pitch get a demerit point? It's a placid, dead pitch. Why only ranked turners get demerit points?
I am in full agreement with Sarvesh. If that pitch in Indore got a demerit point because it was completely suiting one aspect of play and totally in favor of, let's say, spin bowlers, in that sense, this is also completely in favor of the batsman, and I agree this should also get demerit.
Yes.
If, I'll just add for Siddharth, if the test match finishes like that, he still hopes that day 5 will bring us as much action as a Jackie Chan action thriller movie.
Because when they start play on day 5, you'll probably know what has happened with Sri Lanka, New Zealand.
How is that going to affect how Australia play and how they play?
No, how India will come out.
What can India do?
Go for the win.
They've also copied us.
Go for the win. That's it. Go for the win.
You would want to go for the win even now.
Yep.
But how is it going to change? It's out of your hands. You're going to, even if assuming whatever happens to that New Zealand match, India will still go for a win tomorrow.
Yep.
You have nothing to lose, right? You want to win at home. You want. Of course, the thing will be there. It's got nothing to do with what happens in the New Zealand Sri Lanka game. What is that got? It's not going to inspire them even more. They will anyway go for a win. The point is now it's up to the Australian batsmen now, and now it's up to the pitch. So that's why I'm saying, will pitch change overnight? Will you do something to it? If that is not happening, then the Australian batsmen have to do some stupidity.
He has some notorious idea in his
the
head.
second point you said, I agree with that. They will do some
So then what can
harakiri.
India do? India will go for a win anyway. So then how, but if they're going to commit harakiri, how is that New Zealand game going to affect them? Please tell me.
I mean,
But Australia it's not going to affect. Like supposing if they
Australia
were in with
don't
a
have
chance.
to force a result
That's
here.
what I'm saying. Nah.
if Sri Lanka lose, irrespective of what happens
but-
here, it's gone. Na?
But how does it affect Australia? My point
Australia
is.
anyway right now know that this is headed for a draw. What is they have qualified for the WTC finals anyway. They are in position to force a result.
How will it put more pressure on
Either
Australia
way, they know the
with
match is
whatever
going
happened?
for a draw. There's another, so the series ends 2-1. Their WTC final fate is sealed.
See, Australia would want to go for a win also, but the chances
But they
now
know
are dead.
how do they push it?
Yeah.
They can't.
No,
push
they would
it
want to
below.
go back with 2-2. I agree.
They would want to.
But that Sri Lanka New Zealand match will have no effect on them. Now,
On them,
it's not
yeah.
that if one result happens, whatever the result, that it puts more pressure on them. No,
Yeah.
they don't
India
even
would have been
care.
under pressure. Let's say had India trailed by 91 runs.
Yeah.
And then with whatever happened today in New Zealand, that would have put India under pressure that no, we need to save.
Yeah, but I'm just pointing it out that maybe India will come out all guns blazing even
They'll
more.
anyway come out.
Yeah,
Why do you have a doubt that India will not come out all guns blazing, irrespective of what happens in that match?
because at one point in time when you looked at the batting, somehow they couldn't force the pace towards the end.
No, batting is gone. Forget.
Bowlers anyway will have to do it now.
Then that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Whatever
you lost-
happens in New Zealand, Sri Lanka, I have no reason to believe that they will not come out all guns blazing. Whatever. Let's say you're saying that okay, if Sri Lanka do win, that will fire them up more. I'm saying if let's say New Zealand also wins, still India will come fired. Yeah, they are not thinking that just for World Test Championship. They want to
Yeah.
win at home. They'll
Yep.
come out all guns blazing. I agree, but
Minus
is
the
it
load
India-
of not qualifying, na? Minus the load.
So
If New Zealand win, that's it. India will just have no pressure.
I'm pretty
then.
sure India
So
also.
what? That's what I'm saying. But does their drive to win, does it change?
No. But I think you missed the opportunity to press the advantage even further.
How? I don't know.
That last half an hour, Virat Kohli, he struggled and it cost
But he
you
was
time.
trying, no, he was see, until then he was playing a very different, he had a very different approach and he was
Yeah.
playing the game very differently. Then he was looking to, knock the ball around, get those quick doubles, and he was
Yeah.
okay to, his approach was very clear in the sense that he was like, okay, forget the personal milestone. India had to first go to 480. So that was probably on his mind. And okay, after he realized that okay, now I'm out of Ashwin now, and his the Ashwin dismissal, by the way, you should see how disappointed he was with that Ashwin's wicket. He knew because India's 20 to 30 runs that wicket's going to cost now, and he's now going to run out of partners. You can't rely on an Umesh and a Shami for runs or support. Forget runs, support just as much as the other end as let's say an Ashwin can.
Yeah.
So he tried, and you can't just say okay from operating let's say in first gear, second gear, which he was. You could say it was one of his pedestrian innings of sorts. But then from then he wanted to go straight into fourth gear. It can't really happen like that. For 2 days you operated in first, second gear. Then you say okay, bring in the slogs. It's fine if he top-paced it, but he was operating in different gears altogether, and suddenly he realized now I need to change.
He had the reverse sweep.
So elaborate on that. You think Virat Kohli is what that thing cost India the chance?
No. I'm just saying to press home the advantage quicker.
No, how could we have
So
done
how
20,
is it
30
also
runs,
explain
20, 30
that?
minutes.
Aksar did his best. Maybe then you.
Not for runs, time.
No, explain. What you.
So what happened was when Aksar and Ashwin fell in quick succession, then Virat Kohli struggled to actually up the ante, find the runs and score quickly.
So is it Virat Kohli or is it India?
No, but then 15 to 20 minutes it took him to get those remaining.
So how has that impacted the game? Tell me.
They didn't
So
have
what would
many
have happened?
overs to bowl.
What is the ideal situation? What should have happened and where would the game be? So,
Ideally, Virat Kohli should have scored about 10 to 15 runs more at a quicker rate.
So double 100.
Just 10 to 15. 10 to 15.
Okay, explain.
Then you would have saved on that time. Instead of bowling 8 overs, you could have probably bowled about 11 overs, 12
What
overs.
would have happened in the 11? You would have got 3 wickets.
Could have gotten a wicket or two. wicket or two. That was all I'm
We'll
saying.
sit at lunchtime today, tomorrow, and once those 3 or 4 overs have happened, then we'll discuss of how much difference it would have made. We'll sit at lunch. They would have got 20 overs by that time.
Yeah.
We'll sit here and we'll figure out.
Yeah, but it's a new fresh day. Day 5 is anyway fresh.
So
But
yeah,
then the
but
context changes.
The context changes,
changes.
nothing.
yeah, it does. But nothing would have happened.
But you know one thing.
Nothing would have happened.
Every picture that he's, you know,
No, that's because he's hell bent
yes,
on to win.
exactly.
He's hell bent on to win.
Every picture that he's portrayed
I'm
is all
almost
connecting to a result.
Because he kept saying from day one, this is the pitch I want. This will be a result. Day 3, the ball will turn, wicket will fall. Day 4, you know, India will bat last. He's been hoping, but till 4 days have finished, but that hasn't happened. So he's still like hell bent that it will happen. Actually, after all the criticism and the joke and everything I made, I'm wondering, tomorrow we come and actually Australia collapse.
It can happen.
That will be like a sight.
It will be a sight, indeed.
And then I will see
never know
Virat sit like this on his chair,
Boss man.
gloating over
Yes.
what he said all these days.
That meme will run na. कभी कभी लगता है पुनी भगवान है.
Then I will make a reel of you.
Yeah.
Acha, there are lots of super chats
Yeah.
we made. Rahul 95, what is he saying?
What do you think about KL Rahul's future in Test, and can Shubman Gill replace him in ODI and T20 as well?
So firstly, in ODIs and T20, just to be fair, in ODIs, he's already replaced him as an opener. I think KL is now a middle order batsman who's going to be a keeper. The same thing in T20s, we've seen that KL, Rohit and Rahul have, Virat have not been part of the T20 setup till very recently. What we were getting to hear was that I think they've moved beyond some seniors. They want to invest in a new team is what we heard. But again, things are never permanent in Indian cricket. Things change. For all you know, I guess after IPL we'll get a better chance to see when the next T20 team is picked. We'll find out whether then KL is, and I think a lot will depend in the T20 depending on how these guys play in the IPL. So I think all of that. So I don't know, as far as tests is concerned, for now you can't dislodge Shubman Gill. He was the guy waiting. KL was ahead. Now this guy got a chance, gone ahead. Again, as I said, nothing is permanent. Things are, KL also, that way is young. He has years of cricket left in him. You never know when the opportunity opens up. If he shows good form in other formats, maybe a couple of years down the line, Rohit may not be playing Test cricket. You know, so he could be the guy unless some other youngster then comes in. We don't know. Again, nobody can predict. So you never write the final chapter of anyone's story. You don't know. Anything else?
Sharan is asking you a question. What kind of pitches are you happy with, Nikhil? If it is too much of turn, Vikrant sir says those pitches are a disgrace to cricket. So what pitches according to you?
It's a very easy question for me to answer, Sharan. Between the 3 pitches that we got in this series, which are turning square, to the pitch that I've got in Ahmedabad, you ask me to pick one. If my choice is limited, I can very easily be like, an idealist and tell you the pitch that I want is, day 1 helping batsmen as well as fast bowler. Day 2, the bowling advantage of fast bowlers goes down, batting advantage increases. Day 3 starts turning, it's even 50-50 for both. Day 4 onwards, spinners come into and they start dominating, and day 5 it's the toughest for batting. This is an ideal scenario that everyone would like, and if he can produce pitches like that, so be it, go. But I'm not being an idealist, and I'm just telling you what was on offer in the series that we've seen just now. If you were to ask me, between the 2.5-day test matches that we saw and this 5-day snooze fest that we are seeing, it will be a snooze fest. I'm not in agreement with Siddharth. Yes, there were a few good moments here and there based on personal records, but overall, in the context of a result, I will pick those spin-friendly tracks because things are happening fast. Game also is turning, it's going topsy-turvy. Every session you're like, okay, one partnership, this team goes up. One, haul of 3-4 wickets, this team has come up. Every team has a chances. Australia had the chances remaining in the first 2 test matches that they played.
Especially in Delhi.
India, they got chance. So I'm saying that topsy-turvy, fast forward, test cricket giving you the same kind of adrenaline rush like a T20 sort, I'll prefer that between those two. That's all. But if you go to the ideal pitch, let's take the pitches we're getting in New Zealand or something like that.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Exactly.
You guys have different opinion. I know what he likes. He likes Ahmedabad pitch. That's his favorite. What we're getting.
But idealistic, it's the one that the Basin Reserve produced against New Zealand.
Everything you will give a New Zealand example.
Of course.
Everything is the best about New Zealand.
Absolutely.
No, I'm okay. Let's say for a series that has seen so much go for the spinners, I'm okay if the series ends with a track or on a track like the one at Narendra Modi Stadium, because batters have had it difficult. Let's be honest about it. And if a series ends on a track like this, because let's say there's a 3-1 ratio here. Thrice it was the spinners who had the upper hand, and the one occasion, yes, of course, you see batters make hay in sunshine. But would I be okay with all 4 test match pitches like this? The answer is no.
No.
Yeah, okay, fair point. Maybe he thinks that 3 pitches totally in favor. So one, chalo, your chance.
Yeah.
Batters, go for it.
So the super chat that AB Sam is sending us. If India reach WTC final, do you see KL keep the wickets? As KS Bharat's keeping doesn't look up to the mark. Bounce in England will be true apart from swing. No, I don't see KL keeping in a test match.
Also, I think KS Bharat, correct me if I'm wrong, a couple of chances that he missed, he's missed a couple of chances.
2 in Ahmedabad.
And I remember a couple that he missed in the previous test match as well, in Indore. Again, turners, again, it was always difficult, on a turning track to keep wickets. But still, I would say, he's done a fair job, he's done a decent job behind the stumps. He's dropped chances, yes, agreed.
Yeah.
But then, can you trust KL Rahul in test match cricket to keep the wickets for you?
Fitness issue.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And by the way, we've discussed about that.
Also in England,
catch, not really easy to have taken that catch. But I mean, he should have. I agree. A lot of keepers would have. But then these are the kind of catches that just stick because you're standing up to the stump. He's bowled a carom ball. Sometimes can, sometimes can. Best of keepers can drop it. Sometimes you can get it also. So. But it is the other drop that he dropped of
Travis Head.
Yeah, which is of a fast bowler.
Yeah,
which he had dropped.
Umesh was
I
bowling.
think so, yeah.
Head edged it and Bharat dropped the catch.
That's unpardonable.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
But most errors, I'm saying, were against spin. Most of his errors were against spin. And in oval, I'm guessing, again.
But remember those earlier test matches, he was keeping in pitches where imagine the batsman cannot figure out which way the ball is turning and how it is. Keeper's got the same difficulty. Yes, he's got the gloves in his hand, but for him also to predict how it's going to turn, how much, not
and
easy.
It's not the best view.
Yeah, of
You've
course.
got the batsman
but that you get used to. But I'm
Yes.
saying it's conditions like that where you just don't know what's going to happen off the pitch. So then the keeper will also suffer. So
Yep.
here he should have been better. That's why I'm saying here he should have done better of that Ashwin delivery. But then you're so up close, one suddenly a carom ball comes, unless he also learns how to read it
from the hand. Yeah, his DRS has been a bit dodgy. KS Bharat.
Yes, but I tell you what, I felt he's just been a bit quiet in the sense he's
Junior
felt that
member.
junior senior sort of a thing, and not really expressed. But then that's again his fault.
Yes.
He needs to ignore that, come out and say. Today also I saw him a bit underconfident when he was running between the wickets with Virat Kohli. If you remember that initially Virat asked him
Sent
for a
him
run.
back.
Yeah. No, he sent Virat back. So
Was it not the other way
Virat
around?
was no, he sent Virat
That
back.
death
He was
stare.
and Virat was like pretty angry with it, and then he got a bit scared, sort of a. I mean, you could see. Then from there on, then he got a few runs and then got confident.
Yep. So Vignesh Konar, Kohli coming back to form in Test will make Australia management worry about WTC final of replicating Kohli's innings. Yes, he's in form. Every team, whoever he plays, irrespective of wherever it is, they have to be worried now. Be worried.
Sambit Swan says 2-1 would have been a good result for Australia. They could have taken it any day before the start of the series. No, Sambit. I can't think of any team, least the Australian team, to just come back and go 2-1. No, I think they had come here to win. And they should be aiming. India went there and won twice.
And
I think that would have been hurting.
Yeah.
That would have been hurting. They wouldn't have come and they wouldn't have been happy. No. I think that now they'll look back, assuming this test match turns out to be a draw, which it seems like it, most probably, unless a miracle happens as Siddharth is expecting. But I'm saying they would now look back at Delhi.
Yes.
Because then the result could have been exactly the opposite.
2-1.
2-1. And that I think they would have wanted to chasing, but not this. They wouldn't have taken.
Delhi will haunt them. That
Delhi,
loss.
because twice they were on top.
Yep.
Yeah. Take Aryan
Nakhat.
Nakhat's question.
Give Bharat time. Even Pant used to drop a few catches in his initial years. That's what Aryan
Correct.
Nakhat says.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Very fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
In white ball cricket, you remember, he would fluff stumpings, he would
Yes.
drop catches. So
Yes.
Test cricket, he took like a fish to water. He
No, but not
did-
behind
As
the
a
stumps.
batsman.
as a batsman.
But not behind the stumps.
Keeper, he used to struggle.
Yes.
But he's a good keeper. Again, Pant is
Yeah.
a good keeper. But as I said, that in those pitches, right, the one we saw in the first 3 test matches, keeping is also not easy. And first series, as you was talking
Yeah.
about, initially, first few series, whatever said and done, you'll take time.
Yep. Yeah, Pant used to drop a lot of catches, but boy, did he have impact with the
Oh,
bat.
the bat.
Best match winner.
What
we
is
had.
Kuldeep Sharon saying?
Kuldeep Sharan is saying all are behind Bharat on social media who dropped a catch of a tail-ender, which doesn't matter in a match contest.
No, it does.
It does. Actually, it does.
It does. He's a night watchman, let's not forget. And that one wicket could have ruffled the Australian feathers.
And you're potentially, the scoreline may read 3 for 1, but it could be 3 for 2. Usman Khwaja, we don't know his status,
Yes.
whether he will bat.
No, but any wicket at the end of day, if you're approaching the end of day's play, any wicket, any
Yes.
contest, whatever, is bound to ruffle a few feathers.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel that Usman Khwaja might come back to bat.
Yeah, we hope so.
If need be,
If
I
need
think
be.
so, because also he gets a 1-day break right now. So any sort of minor niggle can be looked at overnight.
Yeah.
And then you can always take painkillers and stuff like that and come and play. So if really need be, if they think that they're in a bit of a soup, I'm sure he'll come out to bat. Won't be a situation. I think this situation with Shreyas Iyer was that you were in a situation where anyway India would have thought of declaring, so
Yeah.
you really didn't need to risk him. Had India lost a few wickets, then maybe in case of Shreyas also, they would have said no, take a few injections and just go and stand there for a bit. You didn't need to at this moment and aggravate his injury. So if Australia need to do that, I think you could have a situation where
Indeed.
Khwaja comes out and Davis Cricket says, why is there so much hate for KL Rahul? Even not playing, they want to end his career. But who's
So who's spewing this hatred?
we, by the way, supported KL for a very long time.
Yeah. The
Shane
one
is
who
not
isn't
there.
here, he's. This question is for him.
Go down. What is, just go, Austin Kuna, what is he saying?
Okay, Austin Kuna saying Virat has scored 1500s in the second innings out of the 19, 50 plus scores. Okay. He scored 1500s in the second innings. Fine. Out of the 1950 plus scores, out of which 7 have been against Australia. Great. Virat will play 150 tests, score 12,000 runs with 40 centuries.
Oh,
Mark my words.
Okay, we're taking a screenshot of that.
Could happen. 12. He will score 12 more centuries and 13 more ODIs. He's got the 100.
Yeah.
He's got the 100 hundreds. But yeah, how many years? 4 years, 3 to 4 years, I will see him play.
Okay, Vignesh Kumar wants to know what's your choice of the third pacer in WTC final, Umesh or Jaydev Unadkat, considering Jaydev's height and left arm variation.
Umesh.
I agree, Vignesh, but I'd go with Umesh. Umesh, Shami and Siraj,
Siraj.
are going to be my 3.
The veteran pacers, pace and bounce, you would want that.
Yeah.
And Siraj and Shami are automatic picks. And because there is no Bumrah, Umesh will come in.
Okay, a lot of people ask that about Aryan Nakhat also talks about Akshar Patel. There was another comment on Akshar and his stroke play. Actually, yeah, credit man. Abhinav Gupta. He's saying Akshar's stroke play as a test batter is amazing to watch. He can be man of the series. The fact that Akshar went out in both innings in Indore still went not out.
Not
I
out.
agree,
Yes.
Abhinav. Actually, that is something we pointed it out here in both innings. That I think they underutilized him in batting.
Yes.
Could have made the difference because the margins was so short. Imagine those, him batting higher up, 20-30 runs here and there. The test match result could have been very different.
Not batting at number 9.
That's what I'm saying, higher up.
Yeah.
So had they, good that they've learned from that there and sent him higher up here. He used to bat there. And his stroke play today, by the way, you're
Yeah.
talking about, this being a tough pitch to get runs. But he, especially against the Pacers,
Yeah.
flawless. Even spinners were whacking them.
Over deep mid wicket,
Couple of feeds over there, yeah, right.
Kind
over
of
deep wicket.
Ganguly like touch to
Yeah.
that. The way how he was hitting them over deep mid
Supreme.
wicket.
I don't think you can call him bowling all-rounder. He's a proper all-rounder in that
Bro,
sense.
and-
He just needs to up his bowling game. I guess.
Exactly. No, but
Batting in-
why are India in this positions? Because of Akshar Patel's hitting.
Yes.
Delhi.
No, he's a very, very
And Nagpur.
Good, he's a very good contender for the man of the series.
Yep. Can happen. Can happen. Any other further? Okay, Akash Bharadwaj. One battle you enjoyed the most, like Sachin versus Donald in 1999. Sachin versus McGrath.
Where is this? Whose comment are we taking?
Akash Bharadwaj.
Akash Bharat.
Yeah.
Enjoy the most Sachin versus Donald.
Sachin versus McGrath. End.
Sachin versus McGrath, yes, of course.
That's about it. And anything else? Any other comments?
Chalo.
Yeah.
What do you think about New Zealand, Sri Lanka? Where is it going? Quick predictions on that one.
New Zealand winning.
I is the wrong guy to ask.
New
You'll
Zealand.
just pick New Zealand any given day.
Hey.
Even if they were chasing 700,
But
you would
as
have
I told you, neutral. This is a conundrum.
No,
to
no,
me.
but you still
NZ or Sri
edge,
Lanka?
No, edges to New Zealand.
Yeah, obviously.
Happened to the light suddenly?
I don't know.
Huh.
Edge New Zealand.
New Zealand. I'm going with the Lankan Lions.
Yeah.
Edge to them. They've got runs on the board, yeah.
But you
Always.
got Kane.
Kane, yeah.
The master of the fourth innings. But yes, it will be the highest ever successful chase at the Hagley Oval if that ever happens. Tomorrow.
Have to see.
Yes. Tomorrow we'll come to know whether
You're
it's
up early,
Australia,
no, tomorrow to
India.
watch the match.
Huh?
You're up early, no, tomorrow to watch the match.
Oh, yes. I'll be up even today to watch the WPL also.
By the way, Yadu Vinayak, good point. He says, retrospectively looking back, Smith and Labuschagn's wicket here were priceless.
Yes.
Imagine if they set up tent in these conditions.
My goodness.
You would have to field for a very long time. But they could still do it.
Yeah.
A5.
Tomorrow it's loading. Tomorrow the final day of the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Day 5. Oh man.
Yes.
Finally a day 5.
Yes, finally. We'll be back for that. Thank you. Subscribe to Sports
6:30
Today.
p.m. Dugout live with Harbhajan Singh.
Yes.
So tune into Sports Today. We'll get Harbhajan to talk about Virat's 100, chances India has, where the test match is going, every possible thing. Why 7?
No.
Huh? 6:30 or 7? Come on, you cannot. Where is the message?
My phone is.
Don't say that. Huh? When did this come? Message?
Around 5:30.
I don't have that message.
No. 6:30. 6:30. Please come. Live sports on Sports Today with Harbhajan Singh
Harbhajan Singh,
on this test match.
who bowled the ball of the century yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah. Chris Gale totally flummoxed. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you.